That's good. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Something about my outfit today makes me feel like I'm going to the club. I'm not, I'm just filming this video. It's reset time, my favorite time of the month. We have a little iced strawberry matcha. This is the Chamberlain Coffee strawberry matcha mix thing. I really love it actually. Pretty delicious. Welcome back to another monthly reset. If you are new here, my name is Brielle. I do these resets every single month. We are really getting close to the end of the year actually, so that's kind of fun. That's kind of crazy. My apartment is completely decked out for the fall, as you can probably tell a little bit. I'm obsessed with the centerpiece that we've got going on. I wish that we had gotten it back in September, but here we are. We're gonna keep the fall vibes going into November. I was telling my boyfriend today that I feel like after Halloween, you know, fall's still around, but it doesn't hit the same, but I don't care. This year, you know, I'm milking fall for all it's worth because this is my new favorite season. Anyway, if you are new here, or even if you've been here and you just need a little refresher, the way that this usually works is we split the reset up into several sections. So in today's case, that is going to be reflecting on my goals from last month, setting new goals for the new month, looking at my income versus expenses. This is the first time that we're going to be doing that in several months due to the fact that I just exited my fun employment era. So I'm making money again. We're going to take a look at those numbers. I think it's pretty interesting this month. Highest income month I've seen all year, and we'll get into why that is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reset. We have the lap desk. I'll link this thing down below. It's honestly my new favorite thing. Even when I'm sitting at my desk, I use this now. I just like having my computer at a slant. Would recommend. Pretty cheap from Amazon as well. So I do all of my goal setting in Notion. So let's go ahead and pull that up. My Notion template for this monthly goals page will be linked below as well. First things first, let's go ahead and take a look at my October goals. Honestly, October was an amazing month. We'll get into what happened in October when we do last month's wins in the November spread. But for now, let's just go ahead and go over the goals that I set. YouTube and social goals, hit 2,000 subscribers. We did this month, which is a huge freaking milestone. Obviously, took many months for me to get from 1K subscribers to 2K subscribers. I think it took me just a little bit over a year. That was no joke, and this felt like a really big milestone. So thank you guys so much if you guys have subscribed to my channel in the past year. If you've been here longer than that, thank you ×2, because that's awesome. Generate revenue from 2+ YouTube related income sources. So yes, I did do this. You'll see this in a little more detail when we get into the budgeting portion of this video. Work out my first sponsorship deal, question marks. So we talked about this last month, but I had a brand reach out to me about doing a paid collaboration, and I get a lot of emails from brands. I don't want to say a lot, but I occasionally will get emails from brands, but most of the time they look scammy, sketchy, or like they don't want to properly compensate my effort. So I generally don't respond to many of them. This one looked promising, and it said right in the heading that it was a paid collaboration request. So to double check my bases, I followed up with the email and asked, just want to confirm that this would be a paid sponsorship. Never heard from them again. So obviously that was like a red flag that they didn't respond to that. So I don't know what was up. I don't know if it was legit or not, but they didn't respond. So there's nothing going on there. It is what it is. Not really my fault. I tried to follow up. Health and fitness goals. Fit 4+ workouts a week into my new 9-to-5 schedule. The first 2 weeks of the month, I didn't do this for various reasons. I couldn't work out. We're not going to get into the details, but the past 2 weeks, I have started fitting in workouts consistently. I think I'm getting back into a routine that works for me. I'm gonna go ahead and check it off because even though I didn't do this every week of the month, the goal here was to really start establishing where I could fit workouts into my new 9-to-5 schedule. And I did figure that out by the end of the month, and now I'm in that routine. So I'm feeling good about that. I'm gonna give it to myself. Play more tennis. Did I play any tennis this month? Honestly, I'm not sure if I did. Start going to the gym again. I did go to the gym once this past week, but I feel like that's not like fully accomplished. Hopefully in November, me and my boyfriend can start going to the gym at least once a week. So we're not gonna check that off yet, but I do think that I'm getting there. Health and fitness, I feel like I'm turning a corner again. I feel like I'm getting back to where I was at. Personal and lifestyle goals. Continue writing project The Wall 1 times per week plus. So I have continued working on this project. I'm not sure if it was exactly 1 time per week, but I definitely did several writing sessions during this month. This is going to be an even greater focus in the month of November, and we'll talk about that when we get into setting November goals, but just know this writing project is going to be a bigger and bigger part of what's going on in my life. I'm gonna put that lamp on. Give me a second. All right, let's get back to business. Continue prioritizing keeping the apartment tidy and making small improvements to the space. I feel like I've been doing a great job of this. I love this new centerpiece. That's a small improvement. Finally got my coffee cart fully done. Posted the video about that after a million years. I'm feeling really good about the progress of the apartment, and I have been keeping it tidy more consistently. It feels like it's tidy most days now. There's just so many benefits to keeping the apartment tidy, guys. Like, I feel so much better when the apartment's tidy. It's so much easier to film. Get new nightstands? No. No. We did not do that yet. I think I'm going to recycle that goal for November. Read more, finish 2+ books. I did read more. Finishing 2+ books, that was bold of me. I didn't finish a single book, but I do have 2 books in progress right now that I'm really enjoying. I started a new book called The Inheritance Games. It's like a YA book, but especially now that I'm writing again, I'm trying to just read more in the genres that I'm kind of interested in, see different writing styles, see like how does a YA book feel versus an adult book, try and figure out what genres I'm interested in. So I did read more, but I did not read 2+ books. I did not finish 2+ books. Spend more time doing fall focused activities, reading, coziness, baking, pumpkins, etc. Absolutely did this month. I'm really content with just the amount that I've leaned into the fall season. This is something I said I really wanted to do in October, was just really milk it for all it's worth. I feel like oftentimes I'll exit a holiday period and feel like, I wish I had made the most of it. For example, like the summer will end and I'll be like, I wish I had gone to the beach more. I wish I'd gone to the pool more. Fall will end and I'm like, why didn't I carve pumpkins? Why didn't I go to a pumpkin patch, etc. This month though, I did a really amazing job of this, prioritizing cozy fall activities with Jeff, my boyfriend mostly, and friends as well. We had some friends over for a fall themed game night where we ate apple pie and we played games and we had Halloween Town on the TV, which was amazing. We went to a pumpkin patch to get pumpkins and then we carved those pumpkins. I went out for Halloween weekend and actually dressed up properly this year as 80s Barbie. So I just feel like I've been having a blast with fall and having the apartment a little bit more seasonal and decorated, doing more reading and cozy nights in. I just love it. Really embracing my cozy era. Money and income goals. Stick to my new budget. Okay, this one is funny because I didn't actually even make my new budget. I was waiting to see what my paychecks are actually gonna look like after 401k comes out, after health insurance comes out. I wanted to see what those numbers realistically look like. Why does my hand look so ghostly compared to my body? Sorry. Anyway, I wanted to see what those numbers realistically looked like before creating my budget. And I'm glad I did that because my paychecks are gonna be a lot lower than I originally thought because of the money that's coming out for various reasons. We'll talk about that more when I do actually make that budgeting video, but even the paychecks you're gonna see today on my income in my budgeting sheet is not an accurate representation of what they're actually gonna look like because these paychecks were before I made my retirement investing more aggressive. I'm now maxing out my 401k. Needless to say, that's making a dent and I'm basically gonna be making how much I was making in my last position, which is painful, but I'm also going to be investing a ton of money. So that's a good way that I'm looking out for future me, but I'm not gonna feel this pay increase on a day-to-day level in the way that I kind of hoped I was going to. So anyway, I didn't stick to my new budget because I didn't make it yet. That goal is gonna be recycled. Do weekly money check-ins? No, I honestly was just so excited this month to have money again that I feel like I was a little, I don't wanna say reckless with my spending, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was just kind of buying things that I wanted or things I'd been waiting on, things that I felt like I needed, like random Amazon things, you know, floss or shaving cream, like things like that. So there's a lot of expenses which you guys will see on the chart, but I don't feel like I spent frivolously. I feel like pretty much everything I bought brought value to my life. Like I don't regret any of my purchases, but I certainly wasn't doing weekly money check-ins. Make money from 3+ income streams. Absolutely did that this month. You guys will see that in the income streams section of my budget. I'm so happy that making money from several streams is becoming my norm. Okay, so that is it for my October goals. We accomplished 7 of, I think it's 14. Okay, so we did like half of my goals. You know what? 50%, I feel like that's my typical range for goals in a month, and I'm not mad about it. Monthly intention was to savor the fall season and prioritize joy, and I definitely think I did that. So we love that. We're gonna go ahead and create a new spread for November and set November goals. And guys, I'm so excited. There's a lot that I'm excited for about November. So first things first, let's go ahead and get this photo swapped out. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Love it. Okay, I'm geeked. I'm straight up geeked. First things first, we always start with last month's wins. There's lots of wins from October. Embraced the spooky season vibes and had lots of fun doing fall activities, pumpkin patch, movie nights. Started hosting regularly. This is something that I have absolutely adored. Me and my boyfriend have been hosting people at our apartment more frequently. Like I said, we hosted that game night. We've just been having my friends over and that feels really good, as well as I've really started forming some new friendships that I'm excited about. So let's put that too, forming new friendships and bringing friends together. I've been introducing more of my friends to each other, hanging out with more mixed groups where it's just like a variety of my friends all being invited to the same event and everyone meets and hangs out, and that's been really fun. I feel like I've become like the planner friend, which I never thought I would be because like I'm such an introvert, but I also really get such a rush from kind of being the center of a plan and getting to invite people and I don't know, being the common link among people as they're meeting each other. So I've really started taking on that role and I kind of love it. And then starting a group chat with Amina and Celine and becoming friends. Smiley face. So Amina and Celine are both also YouTube creators. We've been all just sort of following each other for a while and, you know, commenting on each other's videos and all of that. And recently we decided to start up a group chat and we've been texting, and these are my first like other like small YouTuber friends, and it's been really fun just getting to not only talk about YouTube and really bond over that, but get to know each other on a more personal level beyond what we share on our channels. We've been doing like little FaceTime productivity dates, which has been so fun. I'm just really excited, and I feel like this could honestly be like a really potentially long-term set of friends for me. Also, I love how the background is looking with that like warm light. I totally forgot. Obviously, we have 2K subscribers in here. To celebrate that, we went to Barnes & Noble and got a fancy cheese board and it was really sweet. I love celebrating every milestone, so that was really exciting. And then last but not least, another huge exciting accomplishment is that I started my writing channel. I made a community tab post about this, but yes, I have started a second channel specifically to talk about writing and my process with writing my fantasy book project that I'm working on. I wanted to document NaNoWriMo, so all of the writing that I'm going to be doing in November, as well as just the process of working on this book in general and getting back into writing. So I decided to make a second channel and I launched it this month and I'm really excited about it. I feel like it's going to be really fun to have these two channels where totally different vibes, totally different content, but two different ways to express myself, and I just think it'll be fun to become a part of the writer community on YouTube and just have documentation of that journey as well. That's gonna be kind of crazy because I'm going to be starting at square one with that channel, back at 0 subscribers, 0 watch hours, not monetized. Oh, and the last win of the month that I want to put is had a really sweet visit with my parents coming to LA. And it was also my dad's first time visiting me in LA, which was really special. That was last month's wins. An absolutely great month, honestly. There were some ups and downs, obviously. There were some days where I did struggle with feeling a little overwhelmed and a little chaotic. I think I'm just readjusting to having a full-time job, finding the schedule that works for me. Of course, that's gonna take time, as everyone has reassured me, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's fine. Those feelings are valid and they come up, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it's such a good problem to have that there's so many things that I want to do that I feel like I don't quite have the time for it all. So that's like a blessing and a privilege, and my life is amazing. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the goal setting. And right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and add a new category to this goals sheet, which is going to be writing. I did create an entire new page specifically for my November writing goals, which I talked about in my NaNoWriMo video over on my second channel, but we're just gonna like put some vague writing goals in here as well, just so that we can check back in on them in my next monthly reset, since the writing stuff is going to be a big part of this month for me. Okay, first things first, YouTube and social goals. So I'm balancing 2 channels now, which means YouTube is going to be a big part of this month because I want to be consistent on both channels for November. Going forward after November, the second channel is going to take a major backseat. It's going to be a channel where I upload sporadically. I upload when I have something to post. I upload when I have extra time. This main channel, I'm going to maintain my once a week consistency. So if I miss an upload or 2 on this channel during November, I'm gonna give myself grace on that, just because the focus is gonna be the writing challenge for me in November. And I know I'll come back full force in December with content. So we're gonna try to be consistent on both channels this month, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay. So I guess I'm just going to post 3+ videos on each of my channels this month. So at least 6 total pieces of content, 3 on each channel. I feel like that's doable. In an ideal world, I would do maybe 8, 4 on each channel, but let's be a little realistic. Maybe let's set a goal to hit 50 subscribers on my new channel. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know how many people are going to go over to that channel from this channel. I don't know if people are going to naturally discover that channel from YouTube search or not. I've never created in the writing niche, so I don't know like what the growth is like in the writing world. I do think the fact that this channel is very niche down could help me grow a little bit faster over there. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect, but I feel like 50 subscribers is like a cute little goal that I would love to set. I think that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep it simple, very full plate this month, so we're gonna keep the goals a little more dialed back. Health and fitness goals, so I want to maintain a 4+ times per week cadence with my workout routine. Cadence, does that even make sense in that context? I feel like I picked that word up from work. I don't love that. So like, let's just change it to a 4 times per week routine with working out. Evenings on weekdays, mornings on weekends. Any other health and fitness goals? Oh, this one's gonna be key, and it's going to be do not run yourself into the ground by neglecting sleep because of how much you have on your plate. This isn't even a goal. This is more like an announcement to myself. But I feel like it's important for me to put there because I know myself, between the writing project and attempting to upload on 2 channels, I can just see this happening. I can see it in my mind's eye. I can see myself pulling endless late nights on weekdays, and I'm not gonna freaking do it. I'm not gonna do it. Buy my nightstands. We're recycling this goal from last month. I didn't do it, but I really wanna do it this month, and I also want to buy sconces so that I can basically finish the bedroom. Obviously, I can continue to add stuff over time, but those are the main purchases that like are heavy on my radar in terms of things that I want to buy for the apartment that I don't have yet. Another personal lifestyle goal is going to be continue to milk the fall season and live a cozy homebody life. Another goal that I'm going to set is continue prioritizing my budding friendships and being an organizer. So I want to keep hosting, keep pulling people together. I even started up like group lunches at work on Tuesdays. Like I want to keep being that proactive friend that's willing to kind of embarrass herself in order to be more social and to bring people together. And I also want to keep pouring into my newer friendships and seize the potential there, because these new people in my life, like I see so much potential and I'm so grateful to have met them, and I want to explore that as much as I can and keep feeding into those connections. Money and income goals. So obviously we have to recycle the goal from last month. Before we even get to sticking to my new budget, let's just make a goal to create my new budget and then stick to my new budget. The last money and income goal I'm going to set is to finish paying off my Fun Employed era repayments. If you were not around for my Fun Employed era, essentially I mentioned that I was leaning on certain people in my life to help me financially get through that time where I wasn't making any money for several months. It's my boyfriend really that I'm paying back for things that he just kind of covered while I was in that Fun Employed era and like added to my tab. So I didn't actually go into like any debt or anything like that during that time. However, I do owe him money. So I've been chipping away at paying that back since I got this new job, and we're getting there. I almost have paid back all of that money. I did pay off my credit card statement from September, which was rather hefty because I wasn't making money. So that's like done and taken care of. I'm basically almost back to baseline. Okay, writing goals. So like I said, I have my more specific writing goals on a separate page, but I'm just going to put attempt NaNoWriMo, at least double the length of my manuscript. I did set more ambitious nano goals like the 50,000 word goal, etc. on that page, but for the sake of the reset goal, I'm just gonna put to try and double my current project length. So I have 15K words right now. Even if I only got to 30K total words, which would be way short of the actual NaNoWriMo goal, I can at least feel good about the fact that I attempted it and I doubled the length of my story, which is nothing to sneeze at. So those are our goals for November. I'm feeling really good about it. Let's go ahead and set the areas of focus. So obviously I'm gonna need to add a new area of focus. We have to add writing as an area of focus. That should be gray. Let's also put YouTube just because I'm going to be uploading so much, but then I'm also going to put finances. I feel like this is going to be a pretty dynamic month. It's going to be a lot to juggle. We'll see if I end up ending the month feeling super accomplished and super excited, or absolutely drained, burnt out, dead, tired. Hopefully not. Let's not manifest that. It's going to be a great month. For my monthly intention, I'm just going to put, let yourself get wrapped up in feeling excited, passionate, motivated. But at the end of the day, take great care of yourself and remember, relationships are everything. This little bit of perspective is something that I am always trying to remind myself that even when my goals list becomes long, even when there's a new project that's shiny and new and exciting, at the end of the day, I never want those things to take priority over my relationships. I always try to keep my close relationships at the very top of my priority lists. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the budgeting portion of this video. Oh! Y'all, this is cute as hell. I've never done this setup before. I was gonna go to the office for the budgeting portion, but this is better. This is cozier. This is vibes right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm pulling up Google Sheets, which is where I do my budgeting. I got this budget template from Etsy. I'll have it linked in the description. You guys know the drill. All right, let's go ahead and get into taking a look at my October income versus expenses. So the income this month looks a little bit crazy because it was a little bit crazy. So I got two paychecks. These are a lot higher than my paychecks are going to be going forward. Tragically, the $23.97 that you see here would be my paycheck post taxes without my health insurance or any 401k money taken out. So that's what my paychecks would be. And y'all, that sounds so nice. I would freaking die for those paychecks. But the responsible part of my brain knows that the moves that I'm making are smart, whatever. Anyway, the second paycheck that you see here, the $19.91, that was with my health insurance taken out as well as a 10% 401k contribution. But since then I've switched that to maxing out my 401k. So it's not even going to be that high, unfortunately. I think my paychecks are going to be like $1,500. So I did also get a bonus this month. I got a bonus with starting my new job. So that was nothing to sneeze at. Ended up being $3,500 after taxes. So a big earning month this month in terms of my job, higher than it's going to be normally for sure. Then we have Ko-fi. So that is one of my YouTube related income streams. It's essentially when viewers of my channel who appreciate my content go onto my Ko-fi page and buy me a virtual coffee. It's a really sweet way to support me. So thank you guys so much if you've done that. Genuinely just like brings such a smile to my face when it pops up on my phone. So I did make $13.57 on my Ko-fi page this month. Amazon Associates, I made $16.56. So that's if you click the Amazon links in my description and you buy anything, I make a small commission. That is actually money that I earned back in August that is now being paid out in October. I didn't realize this, but there's actually a 60-day wait time between when a paycheck on Amazon is like earned versus when it pays out. So I think I will be getting that payout by the end of the month. It hasn't technically hit my account yet. Then we have Poshmark. So this is actually the amount that I earned in September that I could use in October / was hitting my account in October, and I made $23 on Poshmark last month. That did actually go up this month, so you'll see that new increase in my November budget. But that was the deal, yo. So we had 2 paychecks, a work bonus, 2 YouTube related income streams, and then my Poshmark. A total of 6 pieces to my income pie, or essentially you could look at it as 4 income streams, I guess. And that totaled out to almost $8,000, which is unhinged. Like, that's crazy. That's by far the most amount of money that has hit my account in a single month. Obviously, this is not gonna be a normal month. I'm not gonna be getting a work bonus every month. I'm not going to be having these high paychecks. That extra income really did help me when it came to basically making up for my time of unemployment. Let's take a look at these bills real quick, because these have not only increased, but I feel like I've been collecting more bills than I'm comfortable with. I don't love that. Ignore the days here. I'm really bad about updating all of these, but my Epidemic Sound, I just had to upgrade because of the fact that I got a second channel. Essentially, I need to pay way more for Epidemic Sound because I needed a higher plan in order to be able to connect it to 2 channels, which kind of sucks. Why is this pillow just up here? I'm gonna put it behind me. Okay. Obviously, I don't love that, right? It's like not ideal, but I had to do it, and I did actually just pay for the whole year, so I didn't get charged for that yet, but essentially I save a ton of money by paying for it all at once, so at least that won't be a reoccurring charge anymore. ClassPass has gone up, so this used to be I think $89. I ended up upgrading my subscription to the highest plan I think they have, which is $199 for like 100 credits a month. That's still not going to be enough for how frequently I go to Pilates classes, but I just thought it was worth upgrading at this point. I know I always use more than the credits that are allotted to me, so it just made sense to have the highest plan, but you know, that's a big charge. It is expensive, but I love my Pilates studio, and health and fitness I feel like is a good thing to spend money on. So my Wi-Fi went up. Spectrum increased their rates on me for some reason, so now it's $85. It used to be like $65. I didn't get charged for electricity this month. I have a Patreon membership that's $5. I am doing a payment plan for laser hair removal, so I have to pay $100 for that every month. It would be really cool if I'm able to pay that off in advance. I would love to not have that reoccurring charge if I don't need to. And then I also signed up for Canva Pro. I didn't get billed this month because I'm on a 30-day free trial, but I just feel like the bills are getting a little chaotic. Like it's a lot going on. Like it still is only adding up to $2,300 with my rent, so I guess it could be worse. But that's the deal of what's going on in that bills section. Just thought I would update you because that has changed. Now let's go ahead and take a look at my expense tracker. You always know it's a ridiculous expense month when you have to add rows to the spreadsheet. You can see here my variable expenses were $1,900 this month, which is not ideal. Let's see what I spent on. So Amazon, I have a lot of Amazon orders this month. I just feel like I was running out of things. There were random things I felt I needed or wanted. Smoothie, lunch, an Akutar sweatshirt. I ordered a sweatshirt for my favorite book series right now, and I wear it every day. So that was the best $26.79 I've ever spent. More Amazon, laundry. I just got $100 worth of quarters because I was like, I'm going to the bank all the time. Like I need to just do this in more bulk. So more coffee, clothes. So this was like what I essentially treated myself to when I hit 2,000 subscribers. That was my little celebration, was buying myself some clothes at Brandy Melville. Same with this Barnes & Noble. That was also part of that treat. Gas, nothing crazy there. Amazon, park admission. I went to a park to do a photo shoot, so I paid for that. I had some sort of outstanding medical charge from my doctor's appointment a few months ago. Film developing, that's always expensive when I develop film from a photo shoot. A ton of Ubers, like 6 right here alone. This was a heavy Uber month because I was just going out more, being more social at night. And generally, I really don't like driving at night. It just makes me very nervous and stressed, and parking at night is like a nightmare. So I generally Uber if I'm going somewhere at night. $220 at Amazon. I can't think for the life of me what was $220. Sushi for me and my boyfriend. Coffee, of course. Signed book. I got my first ever like signed copy of a book that I ordered. I was like a freaking kid on Halloween night when that came in the mail. I was so excited. So that was a great purchase. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really crazy on here. Oh, artwork commission. So I'm getting a custom banner made for my new channel, which is going to be a cute little illustration of me writing. I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be fun. I've never like hired an artist for something like that, and I just think it'll be cute for the branding of the channel. It's just a fun thing for me to do, and I love supporting artists, so whenever I can commission something or, you know, hire a freelancer, I just think that's cool. So that's how the month kind of netted out. You know, pretty high expense month, but also an insanely high income month. You can see total remaining, I had like an extra $2,000, which like I said, really went towards helping me to recover from my fun employed era. So I'm feeling decently well going into November. Like I said, November is going to be the month where we buckle down and do a proper budget, actually budgeting by category, actually doing weekly money check-ins, which actually I need to add that to my monthly goals. So yeah, that is it for my November reset routine. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming this one. I always have fun filming these. If you are new to the channel and this is your first introduction to me, hello, my name is Brielle. It is so cool to have you here. I make all sorts of content about life in my 20s, personal development, productivity. I also make these monthly resets every single month. So if you want to see future resets or just more videos from me, definitely be sure to stick around and subscribe. If you do want to support me on Ko-fi, I will have that page linked down below. But otherwise, I will see you guys next week with another one. Bye. Have a good November. Do something spooky.